The conflict began in 1980. With economic hardship and the rise of nationalism. At that time it was very difficult to find food. Happened between Slovenia and Croatia when they declared independence in 1991, which triggered a civil war. The sound of an explosion shook the air. It triggered a military reaction from the central government.
See, I asked my mama, could she make my hair like Caress Scott King had her that to watch the march. But she said that was too grown.
Oh, I love her hair.
I heard she don't put rollers in it, it's just like that. But I studied, I know how she do it. See, she parts in the middle, and then...
The conflict continued to spread, including an uprising by ethnic Albanians in Kosovo and Yugoslavia. Even small children cannot enjoy their time. They should be able to play anywhere. They don't even have protection. They don't know that the war robbed them of their childhood. At that time he should only be able to play, not seek protection from the war going on around him. Residents cannot feel safe and comfortable in their environment. They felt like prisoners who were beaten and attacked from behind when they were caught escaping from their cells. On the night of March 24, 1999, the world witnessed an act that changed history. NATO launched airstrikes against the Federal Republic of Yugoslavia. And behind every bomb dropped, there was a resounding voice of anger from the Yugoslav people. They gossip about our socio-political situation to justify their brutal actions. The attack was carried out without the mandate of the UN Security Council. NATO called Operation Allied Force aimed at stopping the violence in Kosovo. But how did it come to this? The Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia came into being at the end of the Second World War in 1945. It comprised 6 republics: Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Serbia, Montenegro, and Macedonia, all now independent states. From 1974 onwards, Yugoslavia also had 2 autonomous provinces, Vojvodina and Kosovo. Although 80% of the population in Kosovo was ethnic Albanian, Serbs viewed the province as the cradle of Serbian civilization. In 1989, President Milosevic repealed Kosovo's autonomous status. Ethnic tension in the province increased, and the struggle for control of Kosovo began. After decades of non-violent resistance from Kosovo Albanians, the separatist Kosovo Liberation Army began to fight Serb oppression. In 1996, a crackdown began by the summer of 1998. Kosovo was at war. Then Yugoslavia filed a lawsuit to the ICJ against Spain. The lawsuit was filed on April 29, 1999. It was done to prevent further damage and protect its sovereignty. Yugoslavia argued that NATO's intervention violated international law because it did not have a mandate from the UN Security Council and violated its sovereignty. And there was no direct threat. Spain denied these allegations. Spain says NATO's intervention was legitimate based on the right to collective self-defense. They argue the intervention was necessary to stop the violence and protect civilians. Yugoslavia, threatened by NATO's military intervention, stood before the International Court of Justice hoping that their voices would be heard. They demanded protection for their trampled sovereignty. But in the cold courtroom, international law collided with political reality. Despite the hope for justice, the decisions made did not always reflect the aspirations of the people. Every attack and every decision had painful consequences. Behind the numbers were human stories caught up in a larger conflict. But behind the hope, there was a profound dilemma: NATO's intervention, though intended to protect civilians, raised questions about sovereignty and legitimacy. Military intervention, though intended to protect, raised profound questions about sovereignty. On June 2, 1999, the ICJ rejected the request for provisional measures. The ICJ held that there was no legal basis and they also lacked jurisdiction. In 2004, Spain challenged the jurisdiction and the merits of the claim. On December 15, 2004, the ICJ ruled it had no jurisdiction and the case Legality of Use of Force Yugoslavia versus Spain was officially terminated. Where is the line between protection and violation? Every attack leaves its mark not just on buildings, but on people's hearts and souls. This pain will never be forgotten. Our argument as students in responding to this incident: the case of legality of the use of force Yugoslavia versus Spain raises critical issues regarding the application of international law to military interventions. As students of international law, we recognize the complexities involved in balancing state sovereignty with humanitarian concerns. Yugoslavia's claim against NATO's intervention highlights significant violations of the UN Charter and humanitarian law, particularly regarding the protection of civilians and the principle of non-intervention. However, the ICJ's rejection of the case due to jurisdictional issues reflects the challenges faced by states in seeking legal recourse in international disputes. This situation underscores the need for reform in international legal mechanisms to ensure accountability and protect human rights during armed conflict. The ongoing implications of this case serve as a reminder of the importance of adhering to international norms to promote peace and stability in global relations.